To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
What is it about Disney that makes us happy? Is it the magical whistle as your ticket is scanned at the main gate? Is it the seafaring smell of pirate water? Or is it charting a course to a land where you may never grow up? Whether it's singing a familiar song, watching a movie, or riding your favorite attraction for the 100th time, Disney undeniably has a way to warm our hearts, believe in magic, and bring joy into our lives. This is Main Gate Magic, a podcast where we break down and discuss the infectious happiness, delight, and thrill of all things Disney.
And beyond!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another fun-filled, magical, and this time digital episode of Main Gate Magic. I'm Jason. We got Thomas and Ryan here joining us today as usual. How you doing, guys?
Fantastic.
Great. How are you?
Good. Good to see your smiling faces. You know, we have a subject to talk about today, but I want to start just following up with you guys. Like, what has been up with you, Thomas? How's work been? You've been at the Disneyland Resort still, obviously. You celebrated 3 years. I saw on social media recently, so congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely interesting journey. Not where I thought I'd end up, when I first started, but it's I've had some good adventures, and hoping to transfer into some new departments hopefully soon. So,
Are you still working at downtown Disney, like
yeah.
in the shopping area at the gallery?
Oh yeah, I kind of wish I hadn't transferred just because I missed the magic of the parks. Like I even went in and saw some of my old friends are like, Thomas, you should have stayed poor and stayed here. I was like, well, it was either stay poor and enjoy my life or not enjoy my life as much and be a little bit richer.
I understand. You got to sacrifice a little bit for the happiness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. What's your goal? You were at California Adventures for a while, and now you're in downtown Disney. You said that, I think, if I remember correctly, you are trying to work your way into Disneyland Park, right?
Yes, I want to be close to the original magic. I don't care how hectic it is. I'll deal with it. But yeah, entertainment is like I'd like to be a character, even if I'm fully puppeted, just something in the entertainment department. I used to want to be Aladdin, but like at this point, I'll take anybody. I'll be anybody they want.
Like, just throw me in a costume. Use me. Use me. Ryan, what about you? What's been up? I know you've been taking care of the little ones lately. I mean, sorry we missed you last week too. The episode with Mary was a lot of fun.
I know. I'm very sad about it, but say la vie, that happens. Yeah, I mean, little ones, we're busy with baseball and school and, all kinds of different things. Plus, I work full time as well. So balancing life and things in general, and then obviously trying to squeeze in those Disney trips when we can. Just kind of same old.
Do you have any trips coming up that you got planned, at least for the end of this year? Or
No, and I really want to. My birthday's in December, and so, I usually try to make a trip sometime in December, but also trying to go to Hawaii in the spring, so may have to sacrifice a December Disney trip for Hawaii, sadly.
Life is hard, yeah.
Being an adult. I don't have infinite funds. Somebody fund me.
Find Ryan.
I'm going to start a GoFundMe. What's it for? So I can go on vacation. Is that selfish? Is that bad?
You'll see it on social media,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's the reward you get, right? Like, if you sign up for this tier, I'll make you a VIP member of my Instagram account, and you can see all the pictures before everybody else can. Or I don't even know if that's possible. Right. Now, when you go to Hawaii, what do you usually do? Are you going to like Oahu or the Big Island, or?
I've never been.
Oh, you haven't been yet?
Yeah. So
you made it seem like it was a place you frequented for a second there. Maybe that was just my impression.
I wish.
Yeah.
No, I've never been. We're talking about going for it'll be our 10-year anniversary. So just going to a place we've never been without requiring a passport. So yeah.
That's
Nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thomas, you ever been?
I've never been. My whole family's gone, not me.
Oh, what?
They go
know.
How did
without
you get
you?
left behind?
I know. I don't know how. Well, one was my older sister went for a missions trip. My mom went to help her with the kids. I think my younger sister's been, so I'm not sure. I don't know why I didn't go, but I will go. I'm planning to.
How do you go on a mission trip to Hawaii? Like, what is
Oh,
there to do out? I'm just curious because I'm like,
yeah.
I obviously I got in the wrong line when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So how
There
does that
was
happen?
not
there was
wasn't
a
presented on career day.
it
Yeah.
was it was more of like, I guess it's more of like a training. Their training base is there. Then so you that you do like your training for 5 months in Hawaii through this program that my sister was part of, and then she spent the rest of her time overseas in the Middle East. So
Oh, okay.
Torturous training in
I
Hawaii.
know.
uh,
I know.
Gosh.
It's
uh,
sad. I mean, they like they glitz and glam it up in a really nice tropical place, and then they're like, okay, forget all that. Just remember the skills and just forget about the way it looks where you're actually going. I mean,
yeah,
I know it's a good cause. I know I'm just having fun and everything.
I
I'm gonna turn my. Oh, sorry.
oh no, just yeah. Sometimes, like one time I went to Brazil for a missions trip. They put me up at a 5-star hotel. Didn't feel like a missions trip. Just felt like, oh, vacation. And
Wow.
then I went to India, and it was the exact opposite. So yeah.
God, I have not been anywhere. You've been to India, and I've never even been overseas before. I've never taken a trip to Europe. Never been to Asia.
Mm,
I would
well,
love to see
Europe would be
Australia someday, but
yes.
Yeah.
not yet. Hopefully,
Mm,
the move will help us save some money to be able to go and do trips like that in the future. So,
for sure.
Texas is
um,
cheaper than California.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew this was a thing. I just never actually thought how it would impact me. But now I've been telling my friends this lately too. Is that in California they deduct for California state income tax, and there's also the California SDI tax. I forget what that's called, but
Mm, yeah.
standard deduction or I don't know what it's called. But anyway, I don't have to do that in Texas.
No.
So all that money that California's been sucking out of my paycheck, it's going back in my pocket. So, I mean, there's more than one way to save money by moving to Texas, folks. Let me tell you, and that's
Yeah.
definitely something that I didn't anticipate until the very end. So,
Mhm.
let me turn my attention over to the audience members really quick. Patricia's in the house and says, "Hey, everybody."
Hi,
Um,
Patricia.
she also says, "Congrats, Thomas, on your 3-year anniversary."
Thank you.
And let's see. Later she also said, "Happy anniversary, Ryan."
Oh, thank you.
What
Yeah.
anniversary are you celebrating here?
Oh, I said, the plan for Hawaii is for our
Oh, it's
anniversary.
for your anniversary. What
Yeah.
year? I'm sorry. How many years?
10.
10 years.
10. I know.
Wow.
Mm.
How's that ball and chain feeling?
I'm the ball and chain. Are you serious?
No, I'm just saying. Whether you're
It's
wearing it
me.
or lugging it around with somebody else having it attached to them, like,
Yeah. I
doing something
really,
right.
I guess, because I lassoed me a really not only great person, but he's nice to look at too.
Oh, good.
I
Yes,
have
important.
0 complaints over here.
You just got to get him a little bit more on the Disney side. That's all. From what I understand, he needs like a little bit more of a nudge.
I think he's in now that the kids are super duper into it. Maybe as they get older and get less into it, he'll kind of fall off. But I did a solo trip in September and it was not terrible. So
Oh, see,
I
that's
don't need I
nice.
don't need him.
Honey, watch the kids going to Disney. Bye.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Patricia's also saying, "Hope you find the right money/happiness balance for you." I really hope so too. This is all feeling like it's the right thing to do. So thank you, Patricia.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. Expedition Steve is in the house. Says, "Hey guys, what's up,
Hey,
Steve?"
Steve.
Hi, Steve.
I chatted with him earlier today. He's they actually on Signs of Amusement had a show last night. He is making a sign for me to put up on my background, a main gate magic sign.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, he and his
Awesome.
buddy Jason, who run the show, they have these laser machines that can actually laser etch wood, and they can cut through wood, and they've made all sorts of different things. And I think the one that I've already been given by them, or maybe might have been one that I won or something on one of their shows, but I got it's an old Disneyland sign.
Hey, a laser. How come you don't have a laser, Woody?
That's not a laser. That's a little light bulb that blinks.
What's with him? Laser envy.
Laser envy. Yeah. Nice one.
Oh, I love it.
Thomas. Yeah, I saw a little bit of it on the show last night. And funny enough, he's actually making two, because he's working on one, but then he's like, "Oh, I forgot to do a video of the machine actually engraving it out or carving it out with the laser and everything."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make two signs, and I'm like, "What the heck am I gonna do with two signs?" But I mean, hey, I'm not really a complaint, really. It's just more of like I'm already getting one for free, and he's making two, and like I have no idea what to say about that except thank you. And he's like, "LOL." But yeah, Steve's online, and appreciate you, Steve. Appreciate you and Jason, actually, and even Lou. Like, you guys actually did like a whole show about it. That's really cool. Let's see what else. Oh, hey, Dad's online. What's up, Dad? Hi, y'all. You have my divided attention. Oh, World Series. Yeah. Hey,
Fair.
you guys baseball fans?
I mean, my dad's a huge Dodger fan, like probably the biggest. So I did in fact stay up till 12:15 last night to make sure I saw the end of the game. But if it was anybody other than the Dodgers, I probably wouldn't be watching. But
yeah,
watching for them.
What about you, Thomas? You're in the LA area, so I mean, I guess you could technically be considered a Dodgers fan.
Yeah, I used to be an Oakland A's fan when I lived in the Bay Area, and then now I'm more of a Dodgers fan. But I'm not really like into baseball until like if it's a World Series. Like,
right.
Okay, I guess I guess I'll watch. But I was definitely in the break room. I was trying to enjoy my cereal, and then a cast member shouted behind me because he was watching the game. It scared me. I was like, oh.
I remember going to Disneyland once with the family, and it was my daughter Jessica's 16th birthday, and it was also the same time that the Giants were in the World Series. I forget what year it was.
Mm-hmm.
She's 31 now, and this was when she was 16, so we're talking like 15 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah.
Am I thinking right? Yeah, okay.
Yep, good math there.
She was we'll just say that she was quite distracted because she was walking around the park with the phone in her hand or a radio or something, like constantly listening for updates. And there were even people in the park. I remember people in line for Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, like screaming because of stuff that's been happening in the game. And every once in a while, it kind of caught us off guard because, we're enjoying the park, but then there's other people that are screaming and we're like, what are people yelling at? Oh, that's right. I forgot what's happening right now.
Yeah, we went on a Super Bowl Sunday once, and the amount of dads in full Kansas City gear just staring at their phones.
Yeah. Can't do it. Just never been much of a sports guy. I mean, like, Thomas, I'm with you. Like, if the World Series is happening and there's a team that's like, kind of like a team that I like, or because it's representing the area I live in, I'll watch it. Even same goes for Super Bowl. I mean, every once in a while, if it's like my home team, sure, I'll watch it. I don't care. At least they got like really good commercials and stuff like that. Honestly, that's really all we ever watch them for anyway. So what did Patricia said about Hawaii? Oh, she says, I've never been to Hawaii. I call it Hawaii because that's what remember, have you guys seen what is it, Hotel Transylvania?
Oh, not yet. No.
I don't think
Drax. So. Oh my gosh, it's such a good movie. Drax's daughter, she wants to go out of Transylvania and be on her own, but she doesn't realize that humans are like, Dad says you can't go out because humans are they're monsters. They want to kill you, and they actually don't even care. But anyway, she gets a postcard and she reads it and she calls it Hawaii. So, Hawaii is occasionally Hawaii. Never been to Hawaii, but heard the ATV rides where they filmed Jurassic Park is great. Yeah.
Ooh.
That is really cool. So on the island of Oahu, there is a farm that's actually not too far from Waikiki, where most of the hotels are that you can stay there. And yeah, you can rent ATVs to go out there, or even just take just a quick little tour out there, and it shows you like the big open fields where they had that scene, several scenes actually, but the one that I remember is in Jurassic Park where they're hiding behind the big log, and all the dinosaurs are herding towards them,
Oh
and they're
yeah,
jumping over the log, and then a
yeah.
T-Rex comes and eats one of them. Yeah, so
Oh,
that has a lot of fun. Although I got to
cool.
say, the best excursion that we've ever done in Hawaii was the last time that we went, and we got to rent these little underwater scooters, I guess what they are. And there's like a completely enclosed dome over your head.
Yeah.
And you get guided by these people, but I mean, you go under there and they put this little chainmail bag of fish food inside this bag, and these fish just come and they swarm, and they're like eating all the food that's flying around you and everything. Ryan's shaking her head. No, that's a hard no for you. No?
I am terrified of sharks, and that seems like a situation where I would be more likely to run into one. So love that for you guys. I will stay like knee deep in the water. Good.
Yeah. This was some deeper water. I could still see the bottom, but the cool thing is while other people were doing their stuff, they said, "Hey, if you guys want something to do, here's a pair of fins and a snorkel and a mask. You can just go swimming out there. There's sea turtles right over there." I'm like, huh? So yeah, I got to swim with Crush. They tell you not to get too close and not to touch them because they're endangered, but it was one of the most amazing things that I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. R2SC in the house. What's going on, buddy? Steve, I just saw him this weekend at Lodi Comic Con. We had a wonderful time out there. Got to meet Sid Croft of Sid and Marty Croft. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that pair, but you've heard of maybe HR Puffin stuff, Land of the Lost, Lidsville, Wonder Buggy, Electro Woman, and Dino Girl. Any of these ringing a bell to you?
Unfortunately not.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm old.
I was just thinking of Sid and Croft and thinking of Lara Croft and Sid.
Oh, no, not related, unfortunately.
Not
What
related.
about you, Ryan? I'm not sure how much of that you heard.
Oh no, sorry, I had a child.
I see. Sid and Marty Croft, you familiar? HR Puffin stuff.
I was
Land
going
of
to
the
say Marty
Lost.
Croft sounds familiar.
Yeah, Sid Croft is the brother of Marty Croft. Marty had passed away a while back, but his brother's still alive, and he was at the convention I was at this weekend, and I got a chance to meet him, get his autograph, saw him sign a 1970s metal HR Puffin stuff lunchbox, and I felt like I was watching like the unveiling of the Holy Grail. It was just a really great nerd moment, and it was a lot of fun. So, but yeah, Steve was there, and he says hello. So
Hello.
And Expedition Steve says so lucky, and Patricia says I watched Land of the Lost. Yeah, I think that was my favorite show. And actually, Sid actually produced or directed something like a series that got picked up after the regular Brady Bunch series was over, but it was still the Brady Bunch because it had most of the characters, but I think like Jan and one other character had been replaced, but he actually helped produce that. So it was kind of cool just to shake the hand of somebody who's had that much activity in the shows that I used to watch. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about what we came here to talk about today, and that is the world of Tron. Now, I know we were talking backstage, and you guys are more of a Tron, what did we call it? Legacy? Tron Legacy? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tron Legacy. So I'm going to have to kick us off with the OG Tron. Now, you guys have both seen it, but just not as familiar with it from what I understand, right?
Yeah, it's been very long for me.
Yeah. Okay, well, at least one of the characters we know is the same. Not Sam Flynn, but just I forget what it is. Was it Sam Flynn? Kevin Flynn. Kevin Flynn. Yes. Thank you. See?
Oh.
You know.
I know.
Yeah, he was the story of Tron is about Kevin Flynn, who at the beginning of the movie he just looks like a guy who owns an arcade, and it's very popular. The kids love it, and he's like a video game legend because he's playing a video game where he's like the #1 player or something like that, right? He's like the master of it. But it turns out that he actually used to work for a company called Incom, and they designed a, pardon me, a video game, but apparently he designed it, and some douchey guy stole the design and made it for himself, and Kevin was given the boot. Pardon me, one sec. Technical difficulties.
Gets us sometimes.
Been talking all day. Work's been busy. I would say it's this Texas air, but no, not there yet. Excuse me, folks. All right, so anyway, Kevin gets the boot, or he quits, probably because his design or his game got stolen, and he finds out that the company's shutting down access to all these certain level employees, and he wants to go in there and try to steal his design with a program he's created called TRON. TRON is like a security program. So when he busts into this company, the Master Control Program, which is created by the evil Ed Dillinger, takes this laser and it zaps him onto the game grid, and it literally turns him into a program in a computer. And then he goes through a series of games, and he tries to act as a program to find this information and basically clear his name that he was the one who actually designed these games and get all the credit for it. Which, spoiler alert, he actually ends up doing in the end, and he actually ends up becoming like the president and CEO of the company, and Dillinger out. So, oh, what the heck?
Oh.
How did I do that?
You snapped your finger.
I snapped my finger and the light went out. The controller's right here, but I swear I did not touch that. I have no idea how that happened.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the coolest things, and I have to talk about it because these are also in Tron Legacy and it's also in Tron Ares, that I thought was like the most incredible thing in the world was the games that they played, specifically the light cycles.
Yes.
Now, the light cycles in Tron Legacy, not quite the same as the OG Tron. OG Tron, they're just like on this square grid, and every time it turns, it makes a 90-degree angle, and that's how they turn.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how the heck somebody can do that without like snapping their neck, but they made it work. And I have to say, one thing that was very awesome is that, this was like back in 1985, 86, something like that, I think. 82? Did you look it up?
I did.
We're so steamed. That's why I have you on the show. I was 11 years old. And this was back in the days when I could go out and I could ride my bike, and as long as I was home before the lights came out on the streets, then I was fine. And ride I did, and of course, my bike was no longer a bike; it was a light cycle from that point forward. So maybe not in that particular aspect, but when you guys were kids, I want to know your imaginations, because that was the kind of imagination that I had as a kid. Was there ever any movie like Tron where you saw it and all of a sudden that reality became something that you made as like a pretend thing, like my bike became a light cycle? Did you ever do something like where maybe a stick was a wand, or like a rock was like a magic lamp when a genie came out of, or something like that? Anything like that? Putting you on the spot here. Tell me about your childhood. Tell me about your mother.
I mean, not that I can really think of. I think the one show that we really, well, probably two. I have male cousins that are very close in age to me, so we would play Power Rangers all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I was
But
gonna say.
Sailor Moon was mine.
Mhm.
That,
Ah.
have power and my wand, and I did actually find a cat in the bushes. So, that was kind of my like, ooh, I wish this was a real thing
Mhm.
kind of situation. But yeah, nothing
The Sailor
like
Moon,
Into the Land.
do they wear capes or anything like that you would wear, or like play pretend Sailor Moon or anything? That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here, is like, what did you do to emulate your favorite thing that just like sparked that imagination.
Yeah.
So when she, she's just a normal like teenage girl, goes to school, all that kind of stuff. But then she's got like this really cool, powerful tiara that she can like throw and spin at people, and she kind of does a Wonder Woman-esque outfit change where she goes from like her normal school clothes to like it really looks like a sailor outfit.
Yeah.
Hence the name Sailor Moon. And so I did in fact get to live out that fantasy as an adult when I dressed up as Sailor Moon for Halloween. So that was, yeah, I mean, that's probably the closest that I would come to that. Me and my friends were Sailor Moon or Sailor Mars, Sailor Jupiter,
Yeah.
and just kind of interact and reenact those things. It's probably about as close as I got, I would say.
Mhm.
I think Wonder Woman also took her headband thing off and threw it as a weapon, and at least in the old 70s television series, or maybe 70s 80s,
Yeah,
she would do that. Then she would, of course, stick her arms out and spin around, and yeah, of course there was this thing as well. Yeah,
the
yeah,
lasso.
right, the
I've also
lasso
dressed up
crew.
as Wonder Woman for Halloween, so
Well, there you
just
go. I didn't know there was so many similarities because I never watched Sailor Moon. Obviously, Wonder Woman I watched, but
yeah.
yeah, superhero thing, and plus, it was Linda Carter. So I mean, for those who know.
Helps. Yeah.
Thomas, what about you?
Yeah, I was gonna say Power Rangers. Me and my cousins would do Power Rangers, like, and then at recess we just choose which color. Oh, which color are you? And then pretend to morph into the Power Ranger, and then like be a cool teenager for the day, even if we were like 8 years old.
Yeah. What did the
Uh,
Power Rangers, like, did the color really matter as far as who did what? Did they all have different powers, or was
they
it the
all
same?
they all had different powers, and it a different dinosaur related
Yeah.
to their powers. Um, and then like personality wise, obviously like the red one was like the cool one. The blue one was kind of a nerd. I don't know, they just have like different personalities. So
Yeah.
And there was only one girl, right? The Pink Ranger. There was just one.
two
There was
girls.
two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pink and yellow.
Oh, pink and yellow. Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
How dare you?
How dare me?
Yes.
I know. Be mad at my ignorance.
Can't forget the Yellow Ranger.
No, she's my favorite. Honestly, she's one of my
So cute.
favorites. Yeah.
I think I watched Power Rangers a little bit when I was younger, but it just kind of became an old thing. And I think I liked it initially because it was kind of like hokey a little bit with the giant, monsters and the costumes and stuff like that. And it was very sort of Japanese style where it was almost anime-ish,
Yeah.
and the acting was kind of atrocious, but that's also kind of what drew you to it as well.
Yeah.
So
Gives it that endearing quality.
It does.
kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a very active imagination as a kid, and I tended, is that a word? Tended to do a lot of stuff like that where my imagination kind of took me on adventures with light cycles and planes, and my bike, of course, became everything that I saw on TV that wasn't normally supposed to be a bike, like a transformer or a helicopter or an airplane or something like that. And I had the had the girliest looking bike too when I was young. I mean, far from a light cycle at all. It was I think it was a blue Huffy with a banana seat. Like those, it's a really long, just a really long seat. You could fit literally two people on it. And it had like it was a blue seat as well with paisley white design on it, and it had streamers at the handlebars.
Love it. Love
Yeah,
that.
no wonder I got picked on as a kid. I told you, Dad. Let's see. Josh says, I would throw cards from a deck of cards like Gambit from X-Men and would pretend they would explode. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I did that.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
And Odie says, and who was a teen turtle? I was never a teen turtle. I was never a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle at all.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
tried to be one. They were cool.
Donatello. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because the purple one, yes.
The purple one, yeah. Mhm.
You know what? I know why he's asking me that. And who was a teen turtle? I didn't pretend to be one as a kid,
Oh.
but I actually got to be one when I was working at a video store in Oakley for the release of, I think it was the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, and I got to be Raphael. Or wait, sorry, was it Raphael? No, it was Michelangelo. Michelangelo, and here's the reason why I remember it was Michelangelo. Number one, the costume was hot as hell. Oakley in August was probably 92, 93 degrees outside, and the driest heat you can imagine for the Bay Area. And the other reason that I remember it is because of the color of the headband. Michelangelo is got the orange one, I believe.
Yeah.
And the final reason is because when they put you in the costume, the hands of the turtles, you have to do this. You have to do the Spock thing because the turtles only have 3 fingers. It's these 2 appendages and the thumb, and that's it. And of course, when you're dressed up as a Ninja Turtle, you don't just stand around and take pictures and, do a funny little dance every once in a while, but they also want you to sign things. So it is not easy to sign things with 3 fingers on a padded hand, and the longest Ninja Turtle name ever. It couldn't have been Raph. It couldn't have been Donatello, which is even shorter than I think Michelangelo. I should have just signed stuff Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey.
In retrospect, right? But no, I was in a parade. I went to this thing called the Almond Festival, and I think I wore that thing for a total of a week and lost about 5 pounds. It's about a pound a day that I was losing because I was just constantly sweating in that thing. I felt bad for the person who had to wear it after me. I just hope they cleaned it up. Patricia says, my younger brother was into Power Rangers. I'd watch it with him. And yeah, that's what Dad's saying. He's saying yes. I knew that's what he meant. And he says, I have the picture. I think I have it too. I actually have the news article. Josh says, was it the video store that was over where Grocery Outlet is now? I don't know, Josh. It was a place called Video Cinema is what it was called. And at the time, it was in this very old strip mall. I think there was a bank and a really old grocery store there. That's really all I remember. This was back in 1991, I think is what it was. So I'm not sure how long you've lived out there, but if that'll help you, that's where it was. In elementary school, Patricia says, we'd reenact G.I. Joe and He-Man / She-Ra episodes on the playground. There is actually a new He-Man movie, I think, coming out. They're redoing it again.
Are they really?
Yeah. I think, was it just the one that... Oh, I guess it only came out once. It was the cartoon, and they did the one with Dolph Lundgren, and now they got a brand new one coming out, but I think it's more like the original. He says, frozen yogurt shop. Yeah, I think there was one there since 1987. Yeah, that's probably the same area. All I remember is that, like, across the way, they actually built some more stores, and there was like a Taco Bell, like, right across the way that I know my mom always used to send me to because, like, Wednesday night was Taco Bell night. So anyway. All right. Well, since we don't have a lot of original Tron stuff to talk about, and I kind of just gave the entire story away earlier with that tiny little spiel, let's talk more about Legacy. So Legacy, Kevin Flynn has a son, and he tells these fantastic stories to his son about this, land that exists where all these people live, because he actually created an entire society in a digital world. Now that's actually, I feel like it's not too far away. AI has given birth to a lot of crazy things, and AI can program things a lot faster than humans can program stuff. How far away do you guys think we are from an actual digital realm where we can immerse our business, not VR, but maybe like hook something up to our heads and just go inside of a computer and live inside a completely digital world?
Hopefully far away. That feels very Black Mirror to me.
Yes.
And all of those are there's an episode with, oh my gosh, he's US agent now in the Marvel movies, Wyatt Russell. And they do that. They have little things on the side of his head, and he like completely goes in. And I mean, they say he's only in for a second, but it's the full 30-minute episode. And
I think I remember that. Like, he goes into this big mansion, I think, or something like that, and they make it seem like it's a just some kind of random experiment or something like that
Yeah.
that he signed up for to get paid. And yeah,
Mhm.
it turns into something a lot more than that, obviously.
It's like horror. I think they were doing an experiment about like, essentially how much you can how much fear you can handle before your body just is like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope
And
really far away.
I kind of do too, but then at the same time, if it's handled the right way, it's kind of I'm a big technology nerd. I love new technology. I love the idea of what it can do for entertainment purposes.
Mhm.
But it also kind of scares me because, how soon before AI starts actually creating things on its own without the permission of humans?
Yeah.
Terminator.
I know I feel like that could be a thing. Like, I mean, Isaac Asimov wrote the 3 laws of robotics back in his original books, and he's just a writer, a science fiction writer, but he talks about the fact that, the rule number 1 is like no robot can allow harm to a human being, and rule number 2 is they can't allow harm to itself. And then it talks about like going back to the rule number 1 kind of thing. I forget what it
Yeah.
is, but I know people try to write rules like that to make things infallible, but if somebody can write about it in a movie like Tron, where he creates this world and eventually these beings end up creating other beings
Mhm.
and they become human and they just kind of come out of nowhere. If somebody can write that into a story, why can't computers write that into real life, or at least in a digital reality?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that is scary. I think it is a little bit scary.
Mhm.
Ugh. Odie says, "Ask Elon." Yeah, I don't think I want to ask him anything. Thank you. That guy's a little, kind of out there sometimes. Let's see. Oh, Josh says he texted me. He's got some fun facts. Let me see what he's got on my text here. He says, oh, and funny, Josh actually asked, I guess he knew somebody from an animator from the original Tron movie that he was going to try to get on the show tonight.
Mm.
But it doesn't
Cool.
look like that actually happened. But when he says Patty just messaged me at lunch and said she's really busy right now and is unable to do the podcast about Tron, obviously, because we're just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And by the way, Leia has the night off tonight, and Ben is actually on a Disney cruise. I hate you, Ben. Have fun.
So jealous, Ben. We haven't gotten nearly enough pictures too, if you're watching, Ben. I'm just saying.
I know. We've gotten some posters, and was that it? Just posters
I thought we
and
were
a
back.
video
of them driving to the ship.
yeah.
basically.
Boring. Come on, Ben. Step
Come
up
on,
your
Ben.
game a little bit.
Mhm.
But anyway, you know what? I figure like when he gets back, maybe we can actually do an episode about Disney cruises, because I've never been on one, and I want the info. I'll let him do all the talking and for once, and he can give us all the spiel about what happened. He says, I forgot to send you some fun facts about the movie. Here are 3 of them from the document that I have on my phone right now. I am at work. Well, thank you, Josh, for actually sharing these while you are at work and actually watching from work, because he's saying fun facts on the show. It's like, you should be working, young man. Shame on you. You're fired. When Lieutenant Sark, I didn't remember him being called Lieutenant, but I know it was Sark. He's the bad guy inside the digital realm, is looking at the game grid on his screen. Pac-Man can be seen spotted over on the right-hand side. And I do remember that from the original movie.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, I would share it on here, but unfortunately, and he sent a picture of it as well. And there is a picture of Pac-Man in this little grid, just kind of like walking around.
Mhm.
Fun fact number 2, this was Disney's highest grossing live action film out of the films released in the previous 5 years. So that's a good one.
Nice.
Number 3, this was the first Disney film to use computer animation. The computer is said to have had 2 megabytes of memory
Yeah.
and 330 megabytes of storage. Whoa. Mind blown. The computer visual effects were done by animation visual effects artist Patty Peraza. Patty's the one I think he was talking about. During the Solar Sailor sequence, a giant hidden Mickey can be seen in the background. I never knew that, and he actually sent a picture of that
I
too.
saw that in the trivia.
Did you? Where is it? I'm looking at the picture, but I'm like trying to find. I guess that's a. Did you see the picture?
No, I was reading about it and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I gotta look it up now. Okay, there is pictures of it here, so let me see if I can pull it up on my screen and share with everybody. All right, so this is supposedly where the hidden
yeah.
Mickey is. Oh, wait a second, I see it
The
now.
big part, yeah.
So this is the head, I guess, right here. And oh my gosh, I'm looking at the wrong one. So that's his nose or
Mhm.
his mouth right there. That's his nose and that's his ear. It's a side profile.
Oh, I see
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
It took me a
that's
second
cool.
to actually
Uh,
see it.
mm,
Yeah,
me
but
too.
that's how computer animated this was because that is some
Yeah.
low level stuff right there. But super high tech at the time, and it was amazing to see all these like glowing costumes and everything, and it was all neon. It was really neat. I actually like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, the way they did it for the time is like ahead of its time and really cool looking back in the 80s. Today, unfortunately, doesn't
Yeah.
quite.
And what's really cool is if you guys actually do eventually get out to see Tron Ares, there is a scene in the movie where somebody gets transported back to the original 80s digital realm
Mm.
and gets to ride the original 80s light cycles, and you see like all these scenes recreated in modern day technology from the original movie, and I was like, I had chills up and down my body. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. I was geeking out. Patricia says, I think it's less than a decade out in terms of the tech. She's thinking about AI, I guess, or computers creating their own beings. Much longer on people trying it out. Also equal boost in people wanting to unplug from tech, at least at some events. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I wish I could say that I do that. I should do it more often where I just unplug, but I find myself even watching television every once in a while and watching television shows or movies and being on my phone at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're all suckers of technology.
Yes.
So how soon is it going to be before you guys actually go out and see the new one?
I'm hoping this week or next
This
week.
week?
Probably this week though. Yeah.
All right. Need a
Probably
book
when it
report.
comes on. Probably when it comes on streaming. I won't even
Yeah.
pretend.
I with the way things have been happening with Disney lately, and because from what I understand, Ares has not been doing good at the box office. It's been losing money.
Hmm.
And I don't know how that is possible. When I was in Texas, we took a day off. Sunday was our day of rest from looking at houses. So we took just a complete day off. Lisa decided to stay at the hotel. I went out to go see a movie. That's my definition of resting apparently. And I went to go see Tron Ares, and the music was fantastic. I saw it on an IMAX screen, incredible. The digital laser projection was spot on, and the storyline was great. I'm not a huge fan of Jared Leto, but he did fantastic in it. He was a great character. The soundtrack from Nine Inch Nails was great, but there was also some throwback to some like 80s and 90s music back then. And everything just like worked. It was
Yeah.
really well done. And you didn't
Yeah.
really need to see the original or even Legacy to have known
Mhm.
what's happening in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I heard is that Ares is kind of like its own standalone,
Yeah.
where you do have some of the parallels from Tron to Tron Legacy, obviously with, Kevin Flin's son, and then even Dillinger's son is part of the company. So there's a
Yes.
lot of, connection back to the original Tron, but then a lot of people are saying Ares, you don't, it's not a continuation, it just is.
Yeah.
Right. But I will tell you that it actually, even though you don't need to see them, the original 80s movie and the one for Legacy, it definitely helps if you have seen the original because there are quite a few throwbacks to that movie in Ares.
Yeah.
There are lines from the movie that fans will definitely pick up on. The scene
Okay.
that I was saying where they pick it up from, the 80s digital realm with the old school light cycles and recognizers and tanks and stuff like that is really cool. And the end credit scene, which I will not
Mhm.
spoil, harkens back to the original film.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nice.
So I would just recommend rewatching the original Tron, especially for somebody like you guys who hasn't seen it in a while and needs sort of like a
Yeah.
refresher. Just give it a quick watch and just kind of be like, oh yeah, that's right, I remember now.
Yeah.
To just refamiliarize yourself and then go see the new one, and then you'll be like, I get it now. So
I think
anyway,
I'm a little salty because Legacy didn't do very well. They sort of scrapped turning
Mhm.
that into a third.
Yeah.
So I'm a little salty we didn't get the continuation of that story. It seemed really interesting, him bringing, the grid essentially into our world.
Mhm.
Plus the actor who plays Sam, can't think of his name off the top of my head for some reason. Just loved him in that, thought he did a really great job. Jeff Bridges, obviously wonderfully
yeah.
fantastic. So just I'm a little bit salty that we got a third Tron, but it's not
It's not the
the one we were
continuation.
promised.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you feel the same way, Thomas?
Yeah, I do. I feel like there should have been a middle movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
In between.
I mean, I get it, because even in Ares, they don't really explain a lot of what happened at the end of Legacy. They don't really pick up where they left off. There's remnants of that story in there, but the woman who actually was created in the digital realm, like whatever, I forget, there was like a word for their type of people in that realm, but she actually,
ISOs.
iOS.
huh?
So,
The ISOs.
ISO.
ISOs, yes, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. She actually made it back to the real world with Sam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She went into that like light input output tower thing, and she made it back into the real world when he got re-resed back into the basement
Yeah.
of Flynn's arcade. And Ares doesn't really explain like what happened to them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
almost like they skipped over that third movie that we could have gotten after Legacy,
yeah,
because from what I've heard about it anyway, it's, sort of the grid kind of trying to take over, right? Like it's now like, oh, hey, we're fully here. That third, movie after Legacy would have been a great middle, and then Ares is the continuation of that. Like, oh, this is the bad stuff that could happen.
right.
I would have been perfect. It feels like we missed a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, the kid that played Dillinger's son in this movie, he did a great job. He's a great antagonist. Fantastic.
Is it
Um,
is it not
he
Killian Murphy?
I don't know the names. These are all a lot of new actors. The only ones that I was familiar with, obviously, was Jeff Bridges, because he does reprise his role as Kevin Flynn in a few scenes. Doesn't have a big part in this, but enough to actually be recognized, obviously. And then the only other one that I recognized was Gillian Anderson. I don't know. Do you guys know who she
Okay.
is?
Mhm. She was
Scully
either
from,
Mulder or Scully. Yep.
yes, she was Scully
Could
from
never
the
remember.
X-Files. But she's getting up there in age, and I almost didn't recognize her in that either. And I don't know if she has like a British accent in real life, but she had a British accent in the movie, and I was like,
Mhm.
is that her? Is that Scully? I couldn't tell. I had to do like triple takes in order to try to figure it out. So Josh says that the credit scene at the end of Ares ties into the end of Legacy. Really, it
Ooh.
does? I'm trying to remember, but I can't give it away what I remember, at least. But
Mhm.
all right, well, I'll have to rewatch it again. But again, I'll probably wait, like you, Ryan. I'll
Yeah.
wait until it comes out on digital.
And
Which,
I may not. I may not
yeah.
know.
Oh,
The
really?
kid you were talking about that plays Dillinger's son, I guess, which is a different character
Oh.
from the one in Tron Legacy, is Evan Peters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I adore Evan Peters.
He is great, and he's
Mhm.
from American
He's
Horror
fantastic.
Story,
Yes.
and he also played Silver Streak in the X-Men movies, like
He did.
X-Men First Class and First
Mhm.
Class.
Yeah,
It
he's in
was one of
First
the X
Class,
movies. Yeah.
and then I believe Days of Future Past.
Mhm.
That's the one that I'm thinking
Yeah.
of, where he does that
Yeah.
scene inside the kitchen at the Pentagon where they're rescuing Magneto,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
like, the song "Time in a Bottle" is playing, and he's
Yeah.
running in slow motion, but he's going in fast, speed,
Yeah.
and he's just pushing bullets, and he's like making guys punch themselves in the face. It's one of the
Yeah.
best X-Men scenes ever made. Ever.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ever. Yeah,
Right.
but no, he's a great actor. He's a great kid.
Wonderful.
But yeah, total dick in the movie though. He's horrible. He's horrible. Yeah.
How you know he's a
sorry.
good actor? He seems so great, and then you hate him. Like,
Yeah.
that's how you
know.
know they're good.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, and Josh says he also played Quicksilver in WandaVision. I
Mhm.
forgot that he was actually in that because he
Yeah.
was Wanda's
Yeah.
brother,
Wanda's
right?
brother. Mhm.
Yeah, so in that universe, no. Her brother
Oh,
was
Was
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
How do you remember all these names?
I mean, this is the only thing up here is like movie quotes, song lyrics, random, facts about nonsense stuff that nobody cares about.
That's why I need you guys for the newer stuff. I can't remember like the older movies. Yeah, I'll start quoting off left and right names from like 80s and 90s movies, but nowadays it's
Mhm.
anyway.
Wanda
Sorry.
wasn't in the X-Men stuff, but Quicksilver
Right.
was. And
Quicksilver
I don't
was.
think they called him Quicksilver ever. But then Wanda and Pietro were in our MCU that we have now.
Right.
So then he shows up at her door in WandaVision, but he's Evan Peters.
Yeah.
Right.
So a completely different universe, Quicksilver.
Mhm.
And doesn't
So
he recognizes her as his sister, but she doesn't recognize him? Is that what it is? Or do they just make us believe like they know each other? Do you remember?
if
Yeah.
I recall correctly, he's like, "Oh, hey sis," and she's like,
She
"What?"
doesn't.
Because she knows that he's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's like more shocked than anything else, but sort of kind of comes to believe it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I need to rewatch that series and give it another shot. I was not super engaged with it.
Mhm.
I keep saying that I didn't like it. I probably liked it okay, but I just couldn't connect with it for some reason. And I attribute that to the way that they kept going back to the TV show look of all the different episodes. Like it would be black and white like Bewitched, and then it
Yeah.
would be like a Brady Bunch kind of episode, but in color this time, and then they would just keep getting, further up there and up there. Every episode was like a new decade of a sitcom or something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
And as brilliant as an idea as that is, something in me just couldn't, wasn't simpatico. I couldn't do it. So, and I never watched Agatha All Along. Did you ever watch that?
Uh,
I watched it when it first came out, and then literally less than a week later rewatched it because there were so many things that you kind of miss that on the second go around you're like, oh wow, this now everything kind of ties in. And I love Catherine Hahn. I mean, she's amazing and fantastic. I saw her at Disneyland.
Oh, no kidding.
Nice.
Yeah, she was filming something with why am I forgetting random names? Not Kevin Feige.
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Was it the
Um,
Oswald thing that was done recently where I
Mhm.
saw
Yeah.
him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Maybe
saw
she
her.
was
And
there too, and I just didn't recognize her.
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, she was kind of out and about, but you see, they have the big setup where it's like the lights and the this and the that, and everything's blocked off. And then you just kind of are like, what are you doing over there? Oh, that's Catherine Hahn. Hi.
Yeah. And there's so many, I mean, in the parts that are not blocked off, like when I was there on that one trip, there was nothing blocked off. They were right in the middle of Main Street.
Yep.
And they were filming something one of the actors were doing like near the curb and stuff like that. And I could see Favreau because he's wearing his gigantic sun straw hat. I didn't recognize any of the other people that were around him, but because of the crowds at Disneyland and also the people that were part of the crew and cast that they were, with that day, it was hard to distinguish, one face from another. And because they're like, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Yeah.
You can't really stop and oogle at what they're doing. You have to just kind of keep moving along and hope you can kind of, do one of these things as you're walking by. So Josh said that as far as the end credit scene, how it ties, he says he has a photo of Olivia Wilde and he's setting out to find her. So I still don't remember that scene, but again, I'll just have to watch it and remember that time because I just don't think that it's just ringing a bell. He also says that they could not refer to him as Quicksilver in
Yep.
the X-Men movies because Marvel had the rights to it.
Mhm.
Technically, Quicksilver was because technically Quicksilver and Wanda are the children of Magneto.
Mhm.
Yeah, from the comic books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, a lot of comic book lore that we're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Thomas, you are a comic book guy?
I read up on like what should have been in Marvel movies. For example, Rogue is very much not the Rogue that we're seeing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so stuff like that.
Where it's
And
the young girl who discovers her powers and is scared to touch people and blah blah blah.
yeah, she's severely underpaid. And even the actress who played her had a problem with that. Like if she's like, if I ever return, please give me the full blown Rogue. Like
Yeah.
you know.
That was
Anna
I
Paquin.
can Anna Paquin, thank you. And it was right on the tip of my tongue. See? You got that one.
I got you. But they mentioned after the scene you were talking about with Evan Peters, everything's in slow motion and he's running around when he gets Magneto in the elevator when they're leaving. He's like, "Oh, so you can, control metal." And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "My mom knew somebody who can do that." And they kind of like give the look.
Right. They
Yeah.
did throw that in there, didn't they? And I've always been like, wait a second, is that his dad? And I remember thinking that. And Thomas, you're saying that that's true in the comic universe, right?
Mhm.
That's okay. Mind blown. That's awesome. Maybe we should have an X-Men episode on a wild card or something like that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You guys both seem to know a little bit about the X-Men universe, and I know a little bit of stuff about, at least for the stuff from the movies.
Yeah.
And are they doing any more X-Men movies? Or are they done? I haven't seen anything.
I think now Marvel has the X-Men. So
Marvel has the Oh, I guess that makes sense now. They're all part of that
Yeah.
universe now.
They might be, sprinkle dinkled in, but I think a lot of the focus is on X-Men 97. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do we have Deadpool to thank for that because of the of him pulling Wolverine into that universe, and even like what do you call him?
Hugh Jackman.
Because Marvel was part of Disney, and then they pulled in not I want to say Goliath was his name, but that's not it. It's the big metal guy. What's his name, Thomas?
Colossus?
Colossus.
Colossus,
Thank
yeah.
you, Ryan. Yeah. They pulled him into the original Deadpool movie. And
Yeah.
they even Juggernaut, I think, was in the second one as well. And they just kind of like started, like you said, sprinkled inkling people in. And now, like ipso facto, we have a combination of Deadpool, who was Marvel Disney, and now all the X-Men who are now merging themselves into that universe. So that makes sense.
I did hear a rumor that they're in the second Fantastic Four movie. We might see a few X-Men make an appearance. That's what I've heard.
Oh,
but
no kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were making a second Fantastic Four.
Oh, they have to.
Makes sense, but it did
And that's
great.
the one where I think Robert Downey Jr. is coming in as Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom, yeah.
I still don't know how the hell they're going to pull that off, but
well, that's another comic book thing. In the comics,
uh-huh.
Not Robert Downey Jr., obviously Tony Stark, there's a
Iron
version
Man.
of him that is Dr. Doom.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess they pulled it off before. They're doing it again, aren't they? Okay.
Yeah, it's all the different, multiverse stuff that we're seeing now.
Just when I think I know everything. They don't know Jack.
They must have, or I hope they have a role in the studios that's like, okay, guys, we've got to get the comic book to movie, right? Someone who's like, okay, I know this how this should be, what the fans are going to look for. So hopefully they have that in the
I think
so too.
Very possible, because I know they've gone, if you'll forgive the pun, they've gone rogue on a lot of stuff with Marvel movies and the characters alike. But I feel like some of the ones that they have actually stuck tried and true to are Spider-Man. I know they've kind of done variations of it here and there. But actually, and you know what? Let me ask you guys a question. Have you seen like a lot of, or maybe even all of the Spider-Man movies? You familiar with those?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you want to do a Spider-Man's episode one day?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Okay. He's my favorite superhero, so I say game on, and that doesn't even need to be
Yeah.
a wild card because he's now part of the MCU, and that would be a really fun one. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, I think we kind of like touched enough on Tron. I dinkled some of that into the conversation. That is going to be a new phrase on Main Gate Magic here, thanks to Ryan, is dinkled. So
I can't claim it. I got it from somebody on TikTok.
Did you?
So, oh yeah.
Sprinkle Dinkle reminds me that I think of Peter Dinklage. That reminds me too much of his last name. Who has also been in the MCU, Thor.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, he's the giant dwarf. Giant dwarf. Wow.
And an X-Men movie.
X-Men movie. Which X-Men movie was
He
he?
was
Oh, that's
in
right. He
Days of
played the
Future
guy.
Past.
Yes, he was the one
Yeah.
who actually developed the big robots, Sentinels.
Yeah, whatever they're called. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I remembered something.
And look at the connections. We got it all.
All right. So yeah, I think that would be a really good one to do. Let's see. Patricia says there's a joke that Magneto would have come in handy against Ultron, but couldn't help due to copyright issues. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Magneto can control metal. He's got the gauntlet. He'd like be like, yoink, give me that.
Oh no, she's saying Ultron, not Thanos.
Oh, Thanos.
Ultron,
Oh, okay, gotcha. Ultron.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Although
No,
Thanos
yeah.
too, probably.
Yeah, but I wonder, is vibranium amongst a metal that Magneto can control?
Oh no, that's adamantium that is on the skeleton.
But that is a metal from space, just like vibranium is. So I think theoretically, probably could, right?
Probably, which would be a problem. You got Captain America's shield.
I know.
I mean, that would be bad, I think.
And Magneto, he's kind of bipolar. He's either like a good guy or a bad guy, depending on, like who's attacking him and everything. And I don't even know if I'd want to actually give him the ability to take those kinds of weapons away from people. That would give him a lot more power that I don't know it would be good for the world.
Probably not.
He can be a little cranky sometimes.
But he's an Omega level mutant. He's tip top.
Omega level. Is that really a thing?
It is.
It is. See, like all this stuff that I've never heard before. You guys, I'm glad you guys are educating me on this because I feel like I'm a little kid in Marvel class. All right. Well, I think we're good. I need to keep it kind of short tonight because I am exhausted and I want to give you guys the rest of your evening back. But I hope whatever information we have spoken about on Tron, whether it's AI being transported into a digital realm or pretending that your Huffy bicycle with a paisley blue banana seat is a light cycle, has entertained you in one way or another tonight, and it put a smile on your face because that's always my goal anyway, is to kind of just give you a little bit of fun time back and make you happy. So Ryan and Thomas, thank you guys for being on the show tonight and providing all of your information, Tron and Marvel and X-Men alike. Very much appreciated. And hopefully we can get Ben and Leia on tomorrow. We still have yet to have an episode with all 5 of us on the same show.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yes. We've had 5 people on the show before, but that was with a special guest. And we need to have just an episode with the 5 of us on the show, finally all talking to each other about a singular topic. It'll happen someday. I'm hoping maybe next week. I'm hoping before I have to move. But I need to seriously contemplate what's happening with the end of this season. Last year we ended it at the end of November. I don't know what's going to be happening with the setup once I get moved out there, as far as how I'm going to get everything arranged and organized. Might ask you guys to take over for a couple of episodes here and there while I'm getting things arranged. We'll work that into the discussion. But in the meantime, I think if Ben is back next week from his cruise, which he should be, I'm hoping he can kind of give us the lowdown on it, and we'll have an episode all about his adventures.
Yes.
I think that'd be fun. Plus, he said that he was actually going to see Tron Ares while he's on the cruise, so he should be
that's right.
Lend his review of the movie at least, and hopefully maybe you guys will see it by then too. So All right, guys. Well, thanks again for being on the show tonight. Thanks to all of our audience members for tuning in and chatting to us. It's been a pleasure to have you. We will see you guys all next Tuesday. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe. Love you all. And bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to another fun-filled episode of Main Gate Magic. We hope you enjoyed the show. It's been our pleasure bringing a little Disney magic into your life. Please remain seated while the show comes to a complete stop, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. For more information about upcoming episodes, please make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. You are now free to exit the show. Please watch your step, and be sure to tune in next week for more Main Gate Magic. Bye-bye.